Global happenings today. We communicate, we analyze global news. Stay tuned.
Hello, beautiful people. Welcome back to Global Happenings Today YouTube channel. In the wake of the Ndibos crying over the issue of some of their properties being brought down in Lagos State, some believe that has nothing to do with them, just a case of them not getting the right documents at the right time. But right now, apparently there's more that meets the eyes. There's still a lot beneath the covers, as Ooni of Ife have decided to tell these two Ndibos. And in all honesty, it has been resonating everywhere. But before we go into the news proper, kindly subscribe to our channel by clicking on the red subscribe button beside it. You set bell notification icon. Please go ahead, click on it to get notified as soon as you update our channel on YouTube. Also like and share so that others could get to see the video. Now, the Ooni of Ife, Oba Adeyeye Ogunwusi, has restated the bond of friendship and unity between the Ndibos and the Yorubas, even as he has charged the Ndibos to do this. Now, the Ooni of Ife went ahead. He insisted that Yoruba and Igbo have similarities in culture and cannot exist in isolation, stressing that the earlier the two races realize this, the better for their economic growth. Now, also growth and prosperity. Now, he also stressed that unless Igbo investors develop Southeast, no other person or tribe or race will do it for them, adding that God has destined them, which is Ndibos, for greatness. He spoke during the 31st Annual General Meeting, AGM, of the Manufacturers Association of Nigeria, MAN, M-A-N, Enugu, Ebonyi, and Anambra State chapter, held in Enugu State. Oni said, and I quote him word for word, "Maybe our ancestors at some point once lived together. The better we come together, the better our industrial base will continue to grow. The better a lot of things will continue to be better. Why are all these similarities? To me, little research will expose the hidden similarities existing between the Ndibos and the Yorubas. Igbo means new dawn in Yoruba. Igbo means new dawn in Yoruba language. I guess it is Igbo means new dawn in Yoruba language, and that's why I think the Igbos do great things. And when you touch business, a people with the hands of God, if you touch commerce, you have touched everything. They are the greatest entrepreneurs in our country, Nigeria. When you continue to talk about MAN, which is Manufacturing Association of Nigeria, this Southeast is the bedrock of it. A lot of things emerged from Igbo land. I implore each and every one of you, please come together for the betterment of the yet unborn generation. Come together to lift each other up. Do not desecrate your brothers, irrespective of the ills you are bringing to the society. Your brother is adding value to the society. Start working with your suppliers to build alliances so that they will build their manufacturing concerns and create manufacturing zones across the Southeast, because charity, they say, begins at home. Insecurity and the solution to the insecurity are in your hands, because you know your people. Nobody will come and do it for you. You have the good and you also have the ugly. So bring out all that is causing trouble and hand over security to them and see whether there will be any more problems or not. It might sound stupid, but it works all over the world. If you do that, I believe Igbo land will be one of the most sought after all over the world. He commended the chairman of the chapter, that is Mrs. Ada Chukwudozie, for bringing Igbo manufacturers together. She said she called on the federal government to create regional incentives to support manufacturers and attract national and foreign direct investment. She also added that the Eastern region needs to spearhead a free trade agreement, that's FTA, like the African Continental Free Trade Area, that's AFCFTA, and integrate with other states. She recommended that the government should look towards promoting tax harmonization and other fiscal policies across the region, review taxation policies to make them more friendly, especially in the areas of haulage levies. They can introduce digitalization state toll gates with a uniform fee, but with a deliberate intention to recognize, isolate, support, and incentivize manufacturers by almost net to nothing fees. We want a complete elimination of agberos on the roads in the eastern region, as they are too extortive, disruptive, and create unnecessary harassment, intimidation, fear, and frustration. This has gotten to an alarming state now and hampering grievously the ease of movement and doing business in our land. She said Chukwudozie further appealed to the states in the southeast to find a way to end insecurity completely for the survival of the manufacturing sector. Enugu State Governor Peter Mba, who spoke through the Deputy Ifeanyi Osai, however, enjoined manufacturers not to hesitate in expanding their investment and operations in the state in particular and Southeast in general. He, however, noted that there are several indices that favor manufacturing in the Southeast, which his administration has taken practical steps to improve. Now, Mba added that his government was in the process of automating the ministries, departments, and agencies, that's MDAs, and streamlining revenue collection to eliminate multiple taxation and facilitate ease of payment in the state. Now, we make bold to say that Enugu is indeed open for business. We are willing to do everything within our power to make doing business in Enugu a pleasure. We enjoin all manufacturers within the state to entertain no fears in expanding their operations within the state and indeed the Southeast as a whole, Mba said. Now, this is interesting, but what makes it super interesting is the fact that Ooni Of Ife is the one telling Ndibo what to do. And he's telling them literally, see, if you think that anybody will come from God knows where to come and make your state happen, literally, Ooni Of Ife is literally telling them the truth to their faces. Charity, they say, begins at home. Onyanyala 1 year has been their trademark. So what's going on? Why all the insecurity going on in the Southeast? And he's saying, if you want to say you're a developer, why don't you start from your home base? And if you keep saying that the home is not conducive and this security is going on in the home front, then that means you have the capacity to point out the bad eggs because you know them. They're from your they're from your tribe, they're from your kindred. You know them. Don't be scared enough to point at them and hand them over to the securities so that the state and the region can be better off. And it did acknowledge that this particular breed of people are blessed to be great entrepreneurs, and every tribe acknowledge that the fact that Indians are good. Whatever they touch, commerce, trade is a touch of gold. They don't miss. Others may touch and they make mistakes, but Southeasterners, when they touch, they don't miss. And over time, people have learned to trust their judgment in business because they don't fail. But what is happening now is that they're leaving home front to go to other places to develop it. They say go back home. Oni is saying this in good faith, not necessarily spitey. You saying it in good faith, and if you ask me, if you obey his clarion call now, in the next 10 years we'll be seeing a Dubai emanating from Southeast region. That's gonna wrap it up. Let's put in our conversation. What's your take? Have a nice time. God bless you.